Hi, Grace.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, hanging in there. Grace, I want to introduce you to Derek Jones,
Hi,
and this
Grace.
is
How are you?
Grace Gravestock, and wanted in particular to grasp the. I thought I turned my camera on. Whatever, but to really grasp the breadth and depth of high level for one, but also how some of the other tools relate that ETBC offers. And then I spoke to her a little bit about, the additional things like the bonuses types of things that, are also available.
hmm
But I figured the best use of time would be to actually at least show high level and some of how the other things relate, like market plan and that kind of thing. So
Sure, sure. So, hi, Grace. How are you this morning?
Good, thank you. I'm
Excellent.
curious. I wanted to have my business partner be in on this, but something else came up, and we'd already rescheduled once. So, would it be possible for me to record, or for you to send me a recording?
Sure. It's actually recording, so I'm happy to send you the recording. Yeah, that'd be no problem at
Perfect.
all. Okay,
Okay, awesome. Thank you
sure.
so much.
You're very welcome. So, before I jump into this, can you just give me a little bit of a kind of a shading of your background so I know?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've been doing large scale organizational change management for big companies and governments for about 20 years.
Okay.
And just about 4 years ago, I went through a lot of personal change,
hmm
divorce and layoff and downsizing, all that kind of stuff. And that was when I got into the healing component, the energetic component, which Len and I know each other through human design. So
Okay.
that's one of the energetic things that I was exploring, and that took me into a different path of starting to sell my coaching and teaching services,
Okay.
training. And so where I'm at now is I'm intending next. I finally attracted the business partners that I have been wanting to be able to put together courses and programs, and so I've got 2 tracks and a bunch of online courses that I want to share with the world.
Okay.
I've been given, I want to impact 5 million people by 2025. So it's a big
Okay.
goal, and I know I need to automate for that. So that's my interest in these kind of tools, is to help make it more efficient and effective to have a bigger impact.
Okay. Super. All right. That helps. Okay. So, Um, what we've put together, I'm sure, and I won't go too deep into it because I'm sure Lynn's already covered a lot of this, but um, essentially we've put together an incubator for marketers. And the idea is to eliminate the problem that people have with that concept of shiny object syndrome, providing tried and tested and vetted technology that we know works. We know the owners, we know the developers, we use it ourselves, so we're confident in its ability to do what it's tasked to do. Um, my background also is large corporate. I spent um, uh, 15 years as the VP of Research and Development for Thermo Electron, which is a $3.1 billion MIT spinout. And then a couple of years, I worked as the global CTO for an international PR firm based out of London, building a global knowledge management solution. Um, and for the last 20 some odd years, I've been a serial entrepreneur. And I'm 63, I'm at a point where, because of a number of issues on my side, I came into this kind of online digital marketing world back in 2015. And first few years in, there were so many things that just rubbed me the wrong way about the way, this world operates, that it drove me to starting this incubator. And the idea, of course, is to provide pretty much everything, either an entry person or somebody coming in, starting a new business, or somebody that's been in the field for several years but has never achieved revenue, that they've just been struggling, year upon year. The average in this industry, by the way, is 3 years before anybody makes revenue. It's pretty dismal, and something like 80 to 90% don't even make it; they end up dropping out. Um, so pretty dismal returns. And so the idea again behind this is to provide resources, both physical as well as copywriters, graphic artists, that kind of thing. Provide technical support, provide training, the training platform, marketplace, coaching, um, technical support, and so on. Okay, and not just providing it directly to the person that we're contracted with, but to provide kind of a tier one layer support directly to their customers as well, so that they can be focused on their business. Um, and everything that we do, for example, even the training platform, the way we operate the training platform is if we have a member that wants to, share with the world a piece of knowledge management that they, or a piece of knowledge that they want to put out there, we'll host it for them. We'll set it up, let them use the platform, or even sell them their own copy of the platform if they want to go kind of their own route. We'll provide all of that. So let me quickly kind of walk you through the different platforms. Obviously, our main platform, I think Lynn probably already told you about, is Go High Level.
Can I add one thing too?
Yep, jump right in.
You were talking about that part of the point is ETBC is not exclusive. You're not tied to this platform and you
Nope.
can't put something up anywhere else. You're welcome to put it up within ETBC and provide value for the rest of the ETBC members and also any other platforms that you have. There's no restriction on that.
Yeah, I come from a mindset that I'm not going to tie anybody up with contracts, with long-term commitments, credit card, anything. As a matter of fact, when somebody joins us, they join, they're a member for 30 days before they pay anything. And I feel that we have to work month after month after month to retain your business. And if we aren't doing our job, then you'll go somewhere else. So that's how we operate. So this is Go High Level, what you're looking at right now. This is the agency version of the platform. What you're looking at the moment is at the account level. Essentially, with this platform, you can have unlimited accounts, and each account can have unlimited members. And so, the typical setup, for example, I run my own businesses from within here, as well as obviously the businesses of my clients as well. Adding an account is very, very simple. It's got all of the Google APIs built in, so you just start keying in the information and it will find that location. And even if if it's something that it can't find, you can just add the account manually. When you do add an account, one of the things that happens is you have this opportunity to add what's called a snapshot. Now, a snapshot is where I would take, for example, an account. So I'm going to switch to an account at the moment. Let's call this Belltop Roofing. This is just a dummy demo account. But this Belltop Roofing, if I wanted to create a snapshot for a specific industry, what I can do is set up an account, go in and set up all of the working functional items that I would expect to have in that specific niche. So the types of campaigns that they would run, the types of forms that they would have, the types of surveys that they would have, the types of scheduling that they might set up, the types of funnels and websites that they might have, and so on. And I would build all that out. And then once it's all built out, I can take a picture of it, and then I can share that picture with anybody. And so when you set up a new account, one of the things that you have an opportunity to do as you set up the account is to actually select one of those snapshots. So these are snapshots of these in these specific niches that you can add to the account as you're setting it up.
Can you look at can you show the coaching snapshot and just get a sense for, are these templates that you've created, or are they coming from somewhere else?
Well, these come directly from the parent company, Go High Level. They provide it directly. As you know, and of course you can build your own snapshots as well. So as an example, I have a coaching company called Derek J Coaching. And if I were to go in and take a look, you'd see under the marketplace, for example, so if I look at the marketplace as an example and go to campaigns, you'll see that I have, some campaigns in here. For example, cold subscriber re-engagement, downloaded lead magnet, post-webinar sales campaign, post-networking event, the calendar link following a networking event, unsubscribe, webinar invitations, no-show nurturing, offer claim nurture, things like that. So those are just some of the types of campaigns that are in there. And then, of course, it comes along with triggers as well. Triggers are the things that initiate the campaigns. So these would be the various triggering events that would kick off any of those campaigns, as an example. And the way this works, the reason I like this product, I've worked with a number of different products, and the primary reason I like this product is because, number one, every day I can come in any of my companies, and I run a number of companies. So every day I can come in, I can go directly to conversations, and I can see every conversation that has entered this company since the last time I looked. I can see the unread, I can see recent conversations, and then of course I can see them all. Of course, I could also put them in archive. Let's take, for example, Leatherneck, so you can get a sense of what that might look like. So here's all the recent conversations. If there are phone calls are recorded. I can see text messages, I can see emails, I can see messages coming in from Messenger. In the near future, I'll be able to see WhatsApp messages in here as well. So they basically are creating, if you will, a messages hub where all your phone calls, messages, emails, etc., all come into one place. They also have an app that essentially consolidates it as well. So I can go into my app and on a daily basis, that's what it looks like when you first come up. But then if I want to go in and look at messages, I can do the same thing in terms of that directly in my handheld. So that's one of the major reasons why I like this. The second reason I like this is it basically combines the functionality of a myriad of programs in one place. And the speed of development with these guys is just uncanny. I mean, I've been in software development for over 40 years, and I love this group. I love it. I love them because they're very efficient. They know what they're doing. The development arm, the way this company came together, it was the merger between an enterprise software company here in the U.S. And a national marketing agency, and the two combined and formed Go High Level. So they know what they're doing and they do it well. And no software is perfect. And anytime I've had an issue with this software, I've been able to get virtually an immediate response, which is also kind of uncanny. So the Messenger Hub certainly is one. You don't need an autoresponder because, of course, you can build campaigns around anything. And as an example, for the group, one of the things I've pulled together is, I think it's under Belltop Roofing. Let me check. I received a collection of email swipes at one point. And so I just dumped them in here in campaigns. So to give you some idea, for example, I've got Eben Pagan's campaign in here somewhere. Let me see where he's at. Eben Pagan's coaching lead outreach campaign. So here's his entire outreach campaign right here. And I have other ones. And this is available to all members of ETBC, by the way. Ryan Levesque's survey engagement, Rob Goyette's template. Rob Goyette is a coach, template to promote joint ventures, affiliate outreach and recruiting, group curator campaign, and so on. So, and these are they're relatively easy to build as well. So you've got obviously the ability to track your opportunities. You've got, and of course, in any of these opportunities, you can drill directly into the opportunity, see what it's all about, change appointments directly from here, add tasks directly from here, add notes directly from here. And then in the marketing campaigns, Again, think of the marketing campaigns as a two-part function. You've got the trigger that fires the campaign off, and then the campaign itself. The trigger side is on the corporate side, meaning when a trigger fires off, the messaging associated with the trigger is internal messaging. It would be a message, for example, to me saying, this person just signed up for an appointment, or this person just scheduled a demo to take place. The campaign side is the outbound messaging. It's the messaging to the client. It's the auto response type messaging. And you have bulk requests. You have what are called trigger links. Trigger links are a way to take links that you have along with, let me show you so it's easier to understand. What a trigger link does is it actually combines custom values that you can design along with links and put them into what's called a trigger link. It's just a way to expedite certain activities. And then, of course, you have a form builder. So you can build out any number of forms. You know, for example, this is the sample of a contact form for this particular building company, or you might have something like $150 off claim. So that might look something like that. That's, of course, against a dark background. You have one of the other things that you can do is you can design a form wherein whatever form you design, when you set up your calendar, and I'll give you an example of this. So if I were to bring up one of my calendars, let's just say calendars at ETBC.Online calendar. Let's bring this one up. So if I were to bring this calendar up, one of the things that happens when somebody selects a date in my calendaring system, and they just pick a time, let's say they've selected that, the next thing that comes up is a form. That form is actually user definable and user selectable. So what happens is when you are building your calendars, and you can have unlimited calendars, but when you're building your calendars, one of the things that happens is in the development of the calendar, you have the ability to select the form that you want embedded in the calendar. That's right here. So when somebody selects this particular calendar and goes through it, this will be the form that they would populate. So it might be anything from information that you need before the meeting, or it could be some type of opt-in activity as part of setting up the meeting. So there's a variety of things that you can do with the calendars as well.
So
and of course,
it sounds, sorry, Derek. So it sounds like this would replace Calendly. Right now,
totally,
I use Calendly for my
totally,
schedule.
yeah. And what's nice about it is the flexibility that you have in the design. So, for example, let's take we'll go to Leatherneck as an example. What happens with the calendar is it works a couple of different ways. You can, for example, just set up the calendar, and then when you have your calendar set up, just let's take my personal calendar, just grab that link. So there's my link for my personal calendar. And of course, I can put that in any kind of link shortener that I want, or I can put it into my trigger link to get a shorter link. Or as you can see, it's kind of a unexciting calendar. So what I can also do is what I've done with all my calendars, I can go in and actually design a funnel. I call it calendars. And then I build my calendar actually on what's effectively a web development environment. So I literally could just come in, I lay out the page the way I want it laid out, I set the calendar, I add a little bit of CSS code to make it look the way I want it to look, and away it goes. And so you have total flexibility in terms of how your calendar looks when it goes out the door. It's entirely up to you. So that's I really like that.
Derek, excuse me.
Yes.
So it looks like it has a lot of capabilities, but what I'm wondering about is how tech savvy I would need to be able to figure it all out and get it set up.
Well, here's the good news for you. We also provide free training. So what happens is the way our system operates is this. When somebody signs up, the first thing they become a part of is our community, because we believe in a strong community. I happen to work in the coaching space as well. And I'm going to show you something along those lines as well. Sorry. So what happens is the first thing they sign up for and they join is our community. Through our community, you get access directly into our training platform. Our training platform is a platform called New Zenler. I don't know if you're familiar with it or not.
What's it called? New what?
New Zenler, Zenler. New Zenler is a relatively new entrance into the space. What I like about their platform, in fact, let me show you the back end of the platform. What I like about the platform is, in many ways, it's somewhat self-contained. You have the ability to market directly from it. You have the ability to do email broadcast directly from it. You have the ability to build a community and a site directly from it. And you have the ability to actually conduct live classes directly from it. They have a partnership with Zoom. And because of their partnership with Zoom, for a pro-level license, you can have up to 300 people in your live session. And there's a version even above that you can have up to 1,000 people in your session. So it's really powerful in that context. And building courses is incredibly easy. Basically, what you do is you go in. I'll show you this course right here. And also the information you get back on, the course and what the students are doing and so on is strong as well. So I can see the most recent activities of people going through this. I can, set the course details. I can set up the course curricula. Basically, it's just you add a section, then within the section you add the particular lesson. In the lesson, you can build with video, audio, PowerPoint, PDF, text, custom code. You can bring in downloads. You can set up quizzes. You can do surveys, and you can even use SCORM HTML.
So this would replace Teachable.
This would replace Teachable.
Okay.
Very, very powerful platform. And in fact, the way we've done our training course, all the videos are done with embedded code. So all I have to do is just update a video and it automatically will feed right through here and update the course. So that's really powerful.
So does that mean that you have video editing capabilities here too, or that's a separate tool?
No, video editing is a separate tool. It's something that I happen to do, but it's I have a company called the Video Builders. So I do all kinds of video work. Like I said, I also have a coaching program. One of the things that I'm doing with the platform, in fact, you might be interested in this. One of the things that I'm doing with the platform is I'm building a platform specifically for coaches using this platform. And the way it works is this. What I've done is I've actually added additional elements to the menu system. So you can see the coaching, our community, I've actually embedded the community right into the environment. I've also embedded directly into the environment for my coaching company. I've added a group coaching management system. And so if you look at under marketing, I've got this thing called Group Coaching Genie. I don't know if you're familiar with it or not. The woman that runs this has been in the coaching space for many years. And what she did is she went and she developed this group coaching environment. And this is fabulous because with this, what you're able to do is you're able to build all of the elements into basically you build up all your elements, and then when you want to put together a program, you're just grabbing those elements and you're kind of pulling them from your stack and mixing them into your program. And then every program has got a journal. It's got all kinds of tracking for your students and so on. I mean, it's a really nice environment for somebody that does group coaching. So what I've done is I've taken all of this and I have built it into, let me show you. So if I were to go to Leatherneck Tech, and yes, I'm a former Marine, so that's why the name. But basically what I've done is I've built Leatherneck Tech as a marketing platform for coaches. And basically from here, you would go access, and it's not completed yet, so bear with some of the images. But you would go into the coaching center, and through the coaching center, what you'd be able to do is manage your schedule, manage your training, and you'd also have direct access right into the group coaching platform.
And this is built right within Go High Level.
And all of this is built right within Go High Level. And you were, in terms of context of being able to learn, to give you an idea, let me go back to New Zenler for a second, show you that training. So what we do is we offer every member of ETBC free access to our training platform. You get free access to the video training on Go High Level. We're also going to be adding in a host of other training programs that we will make available. Some will be free, some will be paid programs. If you want to develop a program and you want to host it on here, anything you host on here, we take a 10% fee for anything that's hosted on here. However, if you want to purchase the platform, we will sell you the platform. We will help you set it up. It will be 100% yours to operate the way you want. And of course, that's another opportunity.
And you can do both.
And you can do both. Kind of the combination of technology that we've put together is this. We have obviously Go High Level. Go High Level is in two versions. There's a pro version, and the pro version is simply one business. In other words, you would not have this account view. You would only have the view of the specific company that you're setting up. That's considered the pro version. If you're going to be selling accounts, then you'd want to get the white label version. And that, what we do is we host you directly with Go High Level to be able to purchase it directly from Go High Level. Now, to give you an idea of pricing, if you purchase the pro version, if you're not a member of Go High Level or not a member of ETBC, on the street, Go High Level sells from anywhere from $220 to $300 a month. What we do is we price it at $300 a month on the street. But if somebody's a member of ETBC, then they get it for half price. You get it for $150 a month instead of $300 a month. Combined with our monthly fee for membership, which is $49, you're still paying a price that's less than anything that's on the street. So that's how we price the pro.
Okay.
Okay.
So
now, go ahead.
It seems like, okay, so what you're competing with is Kajabi, I mean, as far as I know. So for that kind of price range, I mean, it sounds like this is an alternative to that. Is that right?
Yeah, I guess you could see it that way. I mean, the thing that's amazing to me about this platform is the white label version. As long as you're not selling into the medical space, because if you sell into the medical space and you need HIPAA compliance, then your cost doubles.
Yeah.
Because the infrastructure doubles. But if you're selling to any other niche, then the white label version is $300 a month. They pay you back 40% on any white label license that you in turn sell. So as an example, and I don't show people this very often, but just to give you an idea, let me do this, because I think you're kind of thinking along these lines. So let me give you this so that you have this in your mind. As an affiliate of Go High Level, this is what I'm getting back every month. My cost is $300 a month. Okay, and this goes up every single month. Okay, and this is not static because I'm adding, on average, 1 to 2 people a month.
Mhm.
Okay, I
Okay.
get 40% back. And if any of my people sign somebody up, I get 5% of that level. It goes 2 levels deep.
Hmm. So it's kind of like a multi-level in that sense, like a
Yeah, I don't like,
referral.
I hate multi-level schemes, so I don't
Mhm.
call it that, and it only goes 2 levels.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, it's you get 40% on the first layer and you get 5% on the second layer.
Mhm.
So it's, they use their agency license holders as their sales force. That's where their sales come from. They don't compete against their agency license holders. We are their sales force.
They don't
And
even sell to the public.
and they won't sell to anybody that's not an agency. In other words, when you buy the product, when you buy the white label product, you basically have to, present yourself as a marketing or somebody that's planning on developing a marketing agency,
Mhm.
and they kind of monitor it. Um, so
And
I love that. I mean, it's just, to me, that's fantastic. And
it's a
then,
fair playing field, but
yeah, it
and
is
also define agency as somebody who helps other people with their marketing.
correct.
Agency doesn't necessarily
Yeah,
mean, New York
it doesn't hem you
University.
in to be just a pure marketing agency. You could be a coach, like I am. You could be a coach helping other people with their marketing, and you're using this platform to accomplish that.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
And so the other things that we use to strengthen our overall offering, is obviously we have Go High Level. We have New Zenler for the training platform, which I've integrated everything together. We're using Zapier. I've tied everything together. Um, Market Presso is think of it as a replacement for Fiverr or Upwork.
Okay.
Basically, it is a commercial marketplace where people can essentially promote their own products and services. So
Members.
what we say is, if you join ETBC, then you can participate in our marketplace for free. We don't charge for it. So you can go on, you can register, and you can compete with your products and or services.
But how do people know about it? I mean, I've never heard about it. Does it pull in people from Fiverr and Upwork, or is it just completely different?
No, it's completely different, and it's basically up to the license holders to promote. Um, you know, like we own an agency license of this. EDBC does,
Okay.
and so it's up to us to promote it. And we haven't really formally launched yet. We won't formally launch until next week at the earliest, maybe the week after.
Hmm.
So that's when our marketing will begin.
Okay.
Um, and then we have Market Plan. Market Plan, think of it as a funnel design, and think about that before I clicked on the link. Yeah,
So when you're
it's
Derek, when you're mentioning the funnels, so does this replace like ClickFunnels?
yes, it does.
And how about Samcart, like a one pager?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
you can do it all. In fact, I'll show you. I'll show you the 2-page, or the what we call a 2-step order process. So this right here is actually our um, um, tool that we use. Oh, come on, don't do
I
this
have
to
a
me.
screen share if you want.
Basically, if you the best way to think about Market Plan is the combination of a funnel design and planning system with like a Trello board.
Hmm.
So it has the ability to for you to be able to design your funnel and actually take it live. So when traffic is moving through your funnel, you can actually see the traffic as it's moving through the various gates in your funnel. So
Hmm.
you can actually physically determine, what, I have a problem in this opt-in form, or I have a problem in this this email set, because the
Hmm.
traffic's getting to it, but it's not going past it. So there's something going on there. Um, and I can get back all kinds of analytics back from it. And then, of course, it's got a full project management system tied into it. So I can message my team, I can assign tasks on the funnel. I can For example, if we've got a series of email swipes that we have to design, we can set them all up and then assign them out to people to be responsible for writing those various swipes. It manages all of that for you.
And
It's a
one of the
really nice platform.
Yeah, and one of the things that I really liked, I would have never thought of this myself, was to use MarketPlan as the planner, because it has the ability to give you like live in the moment statistics instead of just a summary. But actually tying it very directly in with high level and actually building out all of the pages on high level and then tying them to MarketPlan, so that MarketPlan picks up all of the live statistics, but high level still is the basis for tracking everything. It just high level doesn't have the ability to do more than just what's your accumulated, number of clicks. Whereas with MarketPlan, you'll see in a minute, it has the ability to see if there's a clog anywhere in the system.
So it's like a visual representation of your funnel process.
Exactly.
You can
Yes.
see. Okay, that's
exactly. Cool. So here you go. And the other thing about MarketPlan is they're actually this year it's been out for several years, but this year they're rolling out in 5 phases a major update to this platform. And so that is also going to include mobility. It's going to include I think I might just do that one. There's going to be a complete mobile platform from this. It's going to include a comprehensive CRM. It's going to include a workforce or workflow component. So there's some very, very big plans for this. But this is the idea. So basically, you've got your projects, and what you do is and you can see a little bit of a thumbnail of what's going on, so you can kind of guess, which one you should go in. So let's say, for example, I'm going to look at this free offer and upsell. So if I click into this, what I'm able to see and interact with is the exact design that I've laid out for that free offer and upsell. So I can see, okay, I've got these Google ads running, I've got a YouTube ad running, I've got a Facebook ad running. And right now, it's in plan phase. You can see in the upper right corner, it's in plan. So as soon as I turn this live, though, what you'll see happen is this. When I click live, all of these become live. And so any traffic that will flow through here, I will see those numbers right here. And I can actually change this. So I can see it. I can see visitors. I can see it as leads. I could change it from visitors. I could see it as sales. Or, so you can see it now dollar signs, or I can say, you know what, I want to see it as leads and sales, so I can see both. And so anything that flows through here, I will see the dollars that are being generated, I will see the number of leads that are coming through. And so I can see the connectivity in real time. So I can see the connectivity. Let me go back to plan mode. I can see the opt-in form, email sequence. I can go into my email sequence, and this is where I would plan it. This is where I would design it. So I have a welcome email. I have a follow-up email. I have another one. And I can simply, if I want to, for example, affect some edit on the follow-up sequence, I can go in here and make those changes. Here's the subject line. Here's the text of that particular sequence. I can also assign this, to people, and I can also go into chat with the team. And so I can be chatting with somebody and say, hey, you need to take care of this, and I can assign it out to them. And I can also go into Kanban mode, and this is like I mentioned, it's kind of like Trello boards. So I can see these are the tasks that need to be done one day. These are the tasks that are in the active to do. These are the ones that are actually being done, and these are the ones that are done. I can drag and drop. I can change the color coding. I can add assignments. I can see who on the team is going to be assigned to this card. And I can, like I said, assign tasks and subtasks of subtasks and so on. And then also apply comments if I need to apply a comment to something. So it's a really comprehensive environment for doing the funnel design and doing it in a team environment where everybody's interactive. and participating in the process. So that's this platform. Then we have for people to close that out now. We also have in our portfolio, if you will, is this product called Mapify 360. Now, everybody that joins ETBC, we happen to hold a database of 300 million businesses and individuals. Everybody that joins, we give 500 specified leads, if you will, that come out of that database. That 500 is going to be based on the state. As we pull 500 from kind of a profile that we discuss with the person. So it'll be pulled, for example, if I were pulling 500 from me, it'd be 500 probably not just from Virginia, but be probably across the country, but it's going to be in the coaching niche, or I can do it by zip code and so on. We pull 500, we deliver it to the individual. If as you're working through those 500, if you have any that are dead leads, I'll replace them. So, and what we try to do is, try to update them as we're working with you to be able to do that. But you get 500 when you join.
So that's like a cold market lead kind of thing. It's just database, like a database access.
Exactly. Now with Mapify 360, what Mapify 360 does is it integrates tightly with Google My Business and the Google APIs. So what I'm able to do is I'm able to use this to go find businesses that are either unclaimed Google My Business locations, which you'd be stunned how many unclaimed Google My Businesses there are. It's a great kind of a warm lead in to somebody, because most people, when they realize they have a Google My Business that's been set up that they haven't claimed, are really appreciative that you've pointed it out and help them with that. But you can also do other types of campaigns. So here's campaigns that have been run. These are either real estate, pet grooming, vet. These are veterinarians. I'm not sure what coffee was. That's run by somebody else. But basically, you can see the total number of leads. Yep.
Derek, just to understand what this is. So this is just a lead generation,
this is
a lead management, lead generation system.
Correct. This is a lead gen platform and also a citation optimizer. So it's looking at citations that are made on those leads. And
what's the citation?
Think of it like a business listing, like on Yelp and things like that.
And this is primarily for people who want to do local.
Right.
No, local to their area. It's really good for finding, like small businesses in a local area.
Well, this works. It actually works globally, but what most people do is they do use it for developing their local business. So that's the outreach for that. The rest of them are really kind of internal platforms. Those are the major ones that we push. So coming back to Go High Level, when you look at Go High Level, when you're working within the accounts, one of the things that is really impressive about these guys is they how fast how fast the system is evolving, and yet the price has remained static from the beginning. They've never upped the price since the beginning of this product. So for example, when I first purchased this product, this didn't exist. There were no funnels and websites in this product. I had to use external tools like Convertri, Igloo video, Igloo
builder.
Yeah, it's a website builder for WordPress and so on. Then they came out with funnels, and then they came out shortly thereafter with websites, and now they also have memberships. So you have the ability to fully build any one of these and integrate all three. Now, to talk about the two-step order form, here's an example of a two-step order form. So it looks kind of like this. So basically what you have is, as you'll see when I get into the advanced tab, I've got, if I click into here, I have my step one, which is the basic contact information, and I can turn on and turn off. Like right now, the company is hidden. I can turn the company back on. So you have the ability to control what information you're gathering over here. The one thing about this information, when I turn company on, then company becomes a required field. Right now, your name and email address are the only two required fields. If I go into step two is all about collecting the payment information. So this is a dynamic two-step order form. And the way it works is if you look at, if I go back out, let's leave that for a second. It works in conjunction with Stripe. So if I were to look at Stripe, I don't know if you're familiar with Stripe or not. Stripe is a major payment system, kind of like PayPal. And so what happens is, what I do is I set up Stripe, and what I'll do is in Stripe, I will add the products that I want to charge for. So I simply set them up as products. So here's Elite Coaches platform, Primary Coach, the New Coach, ETBC membership, Go High Level, etc. So it's a very simple process to set these up. So if I were to open one of these up, you can see, I can see all the information about it. I can see, any activity that's occurring against it. The process of actually setting up a product is really, really simple. It's simply, selecting what the pricing model is. What's the price? Is it one-time, recurring? What's the billing period? Is there a free trial, etc. And then once you have that set up, what happens is in Go High Level, when you set up your funnel, what you have is, you see right over here, you have the ability to add your products. So if I want to add a product into this, all I have to do is just click the plus sign, and now I have that the fields necessary to be able to add my product and add the upfront costs, or flag it as a bump product, and so on. So this process works really simply, and it's really powerful. So that's the capability you have in terms of the payment system within Go High Level. So, and like I said, this menu system is user definable as well. We have a partnership with a group called the Go High Level Experts, and this is a group of agency license holders in Go High Level. And what they have done is they have gotten together and they have created this group called that's not the one, sorry. They have created this group called Go High Level Experts. And so Go High Level Experts basically is, for example, one of the partners runs an agency that has over 2,000 customers, and they've been doing it for several years. And so what they've done is they've added extensions to Go High Level that other agency license holders would want. And so they make these extensions available. And so some of them are available for free, and some of them are available by basically becoming a member of Go High Level Experts, which through us is, it's an additional $50 a month, but you can then have access to all of this additional code as well that can be added to your platform. So that's the idea. So I'm not going to.
This is great. Lots of great tools and stuff. So I feel overwhelmed by all this stuff that's there and all the stuff I'd have to learn. And I do have a business partner that I would want to, see the details. And so I'm going to share the video with him. But can you just talk about I guess I'm curious about the ramp time, how long it would actually take to get.
Well, the best
going.
example I can give you of that is I have two members right now. Ron Wong. Ron was homeless a few years ago. He's a case study of ours right now. He's been a member of ours now for about 4 weeks. Is it about right, Len? 4
to 6, maybe.
Yeah, somewhere right in that time frame.
Right in that frame.
He's already closed 2 customers. He's got a third on the way. And he's already building his websites. He's building his funnels. He's already ramping up.
I don't think he came from a real technical background.
No, he didn't.
But he was seriously undercharging, he was trying to build website for people for $20 an hour.
Yeah.
Which was, yeah.
Well, he didn't. He really, where he was struggling was he because of where he came from, he didn't have any. His sense of self-worth had become so depressed that he had no concept that his time was worth more than $20 an hour. And so that was something we had to work on. I mean, one of the main things, I know all of this seems overwhelming, but that's one of the strengths and one of the values of the community that we provide, because the entire community is here to help you, and to help all of its members. Every Tuesday night at 6 p.m., we hold a community session. I run sessions every week that either are selected training sessions or whatever a particular member might need. I've done sessions on SEO. I've done sessions on lead gen. I've done sessions on obviously Go High Level multiple times. So we're here to help our members succeed, and do basically whatever it takes to make that happen. So don't worry about the overwhelm. I mean, the overwhelm is going to happen. There's nothing I can stop from that, but we're here to help you. So I think you'll be pleased once you get in and you see what links we'll go to do that. So yeah.
Well, thank you. Okay, so what would be the next steps, and what would be the cost involved?
Well, what we would do is, because we haven't formally launched, you have an opportunity to get in right now where the membership, instead of 49, is 29. And you'd be locked in at that because you'd be basically like a founding member. And if you want to participate as a potential case study, then you won't pay anything for 6 months. Basically, we'll run you as a case study for a period of 6 months. And
for the membership.
Yeah, for the membership. So your membership won't pick up until the end of 6 months. Now, in terms of the fee for the platform, Go High Level, as I said, when you sign up, you'd get access to it for 30 days. There'd be no fee until that 30 days is lapsed. At the end of 30 days, you then make a choice. Do I want to just get the pro version, or do I want to go ahead and get the agency version? And at that time, you make that choice. The pro version at that point would be $150 a month, and the agency version would be $297 a month. And then if you decided you wanted any of the other platforms, those platforms are basically, we're an affiliate for those platforms. So it varies depending on the platform, but most of them, even the full funnel is well under $200. The only one that might be more than that, because like as I said, this is the year that they're rolling out version 2 is the market plan, and that one, if that's something that you're interested in, I would suggest that you do sooner than later. The training platform, if you want to buy your own training platform of New Zendler, is around $500 for the platform. It's a one-time price at this point, because you can still get in I think you can still get in as a founding member on it. And it's right around $500 one time. And that's the rest. Like I said, the rest of them are, the typical funnels. You start out at like anywhere $17 to $27 for the first product, and there's some OTOs above that. And most of them are well below 200, as I said.
Okay, so is it safe to say that what you offer is an integrated platform that then that would, depending on the tools that I want to use, then I have to kind of use a Chinese menu, kind of a la carte to pay for each of those things that you want?
Correct.
So the costs involved are the fee to be on the platform, and then the monthly cost for each of the tools that I want to use.
Correct.
And then what else? Is there more?
That's it. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I did the 6-month thing that Lynn talked about, what would be the cost for that? For if I want to do coaching and I want to do training and I want to put my courses out there and use the tools that would allow me to create courses and do the funnels and do the CRM part.
Again, the only thing that you'd actually be paying for You wouldn't pay anything for membership until the 6 months is up.
Mhm.
For the platform, you'd pay either the 150 or the agency fee. So either the 150 a month or the 297 a month.
Mhm.
If you get the 297 a month, you immediately get the ability, as you sign people up, if they sign up as an agency, you would get 40% back on your money on that. Okay. Um, so that, again, it's either 150 or 297, depending on which way you go. Um, and um, and then again, it's a la carte after that, in terms of what you need. And what I would suggest that when you start out of the gate, um, we can, we'll work with you in terms of, um, one, I want to make sure that you know what the platform is, are familiar with it, comfortable with it before you have to commit. Um, and so I'll do that with any of the platforms, even though they're affiliate type platforms. For example, in those, I will get you access into like Mapify 360 so you can see it, you can play with it, and then you can figure out, is this something that's really going to work for me? Same thing with, for example, my group coaching Genie platform. I'll get you in there so you can play around with it, make sure it's something you're comfortable with before you actually commit to doing that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it sounds interesting. I'll just be really frank with you. At 150 a month plus all these other fees, I'm wondering why I wouldn't just go with Kajabi, because that's about 150 a month, and I don't have to learn all these different things, and I don't have to like try to figure out what pieces I need. It's just all
Well,
in
I mean, the first
one.
thing I will tell you is that Kajabi doesn't do what all these other platforms do, and I'm not saying that you need all those other platforms.
Mm-hmm.
The primary thing that you need is Go High Level, and
Mm-hmm.
Go High Level does almost everything that you need. It's got the membership, it's got funnel builder, it's got website development. Obviously, it's got the
CRM part.
CRM,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't even really get in and show you that, but it's got the CRM capability. It's got your campaign management, and so on. That's the main thing that you need. Okay.
Okay. And
And
that's 150 or
that's
299
100.
a month.
Well, it's depending on which one you get. So either
Right. Okay.
150 a month or 297.
Okay.
Um, the other things are just ancillary things that, depending on what you're doing, may or may not facilitate your business. And
Mm-hmm.
all we're trying to do by offering those is we're trying to eliminate shiny object syndrome. I
Right.
don't want a member going out and buying everything they see,
Yeah. Yeah.
because they don't need to.
Right.
I want them to make an investment in one platform that's going to do the job that they need to do, know that they've got a development team that's behind them that they can count on, know that they listen to them. And for example, with this platform, and I will wager, I'll wager 1,000 to 1 that you will not be able to do with Kajabi what we can do with Go High Level when it comes to any kind of issue, because I can get you on the phone with the chief developer within an hour if you have a problem of any kind. That's how responsive they are. And as I said, they've added a lot of capability to this system. They keep adding to it, and they've never changed the price. And I doubt you're going to see that with any other I've never seen it with any other platform, quite frankly. Especially when they're adding major enhancements like the web development system or like the membership system. I mean, didn't even show you the membership system. I mean, they've added a full-blown membership system right in their platform. And
So
they didn't.
in a sense, High Level would be self-contained. You wouldn't necessarily have to have additional products unless they were specifically relevant to what you want to do. If you really, really wanted the additional watch my stats live capability of Market Plan, or you were just super visual and that was really the best way for you to manage planning out your funnels or your flows, then it might make sense, but it doesn't make sense for everybody.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it doesn't make sense for most people. It's really designed for larger agency environments where you're working with, a large agency and a large marketing team within an organization, and you've got to coordinate their activities. That's really what it's designed for. You know, even
There's
for
just too many
example,
geeks around.
New Zenler, you don't need New Zenler because you have Go High Level. You know, just in fact, just so you do see this, this is something they just recently added, and again, they didn't charge for it. But this membership platform gives you the ability, and it's being, you know, it's aggressively developing. But I can come in here and I can go in and I can go add a product, and then I can build out. For example, let's say for example that what I want to do is, let me do this. They just changed this. They changed it again on me.
So it sounds like the bottom line is you would waive is it the 29 or 49 a month for 6 months?
Correct.
Yeah.
I would pay the 150 a month or the 297 depending on which direction.
Right,
After
and you wouldn't do that until 30 days is up.
30 days in.
And that way you've already gone through the training, you've already been with the community for 30 days, and you'll know at the end of that time period whether this is the right platform for you or not.
Right. Okay. Yeah. What I'm considering is some of my business partners use Mighty Networks, and so I'm just thinking how this can, you know, they've just invested in all that. So now I've got this to learn plus that to learn, and then it's overwhelming. So I'm gonna have to.
Well,
I'd like to understand how that.
Well, and I don't want to, you know, I'm not going to minimize the value of the community, because we do support you as you're going through this process. So you're not alone in trying to learn or implement what you're trying to do. Okay. That's not our purpose. Our purpose is to be here as a guide and an assistant in helping you get set up and operational with the platforms. Okay.
Yeah.
It might be useful to compare what Mighty Networks offers, and you know what their cost is, you know what the value is, and it's always useful to compare. I mean, I don't know Kajabi that well. I've used it, but not as an owner. I've used it as a participant. So I just have never really looked at all of the other things it does besides host the classes. That's how I know it. So if it does other things besides that, I just am not familiar with them. So.
And as you can see here with the membership system, they've already got set up to be able to develop a sprint course, what they call a marathon course, or a full-blown membership, or you can build your own. So you'll have all that capability as well right inside of Go High Level. So you really can operate inside this platform with just that one platform.
Yeah, that looks amazing. I mean, it looks really good. So, because I do want to do funnels, and I do need CRM, and I do need, you know, and the membership piece, you know, and I mean, it looks great. I mean, it looks like.
You know, one thing I would invite you to do is actually two things, if you have any doubt. On Wednesdays at, I believe it's 3:00, Go High Level does a Q&A session.
She's on Central Time, the same with me, and you're talking Eastern Time, just so that you know.
Yeah, so it'd be 2 p.m. Your time.
Wednesday, okay.
On Wednesdays. What happens is Go High Level does an open Q&A session for all of its agency members. Typically, there's about 30 or 40 people that are there. That's going to certainly give you an inside view as to what goes on in Go High Level. So I would, you know, you could come in as my guest to experience that. Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. we hold our community meeting. It's an open meeting for all community members. I'd invite you to experience that. You know, Go High Level has a very active Slack channel, a very active Facebook group, and I think what you're going to see is a level of not only participation but enthusiasm amongst the entire community that you don't see very often in many products at all. And you know, any way that I can show you that, I'm happy to do it, whether it's getting you on the Facebook channel, or like I said, you know, experiencing the video call that we do with Go High Level. So just let me know if you'd like to do that.
Okay, yeah, I probably will. I want to just share this video with my business partners and then
Sure.
decide where to go from there. But probably it would be the Q&A, then it would be the next step.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Derek. Thank you,
You're
Lynn.
very
Thank you
welcome.
for
And I
inviting me.
appreciate your taking the time to look at it. I mean, I know it's a big decision and a lot of moving parts. So,
Yeah,
but we're committed to doing everything we can to help you. So,
I appreciate that. That's
Okay.
awesome. Thank you so much.
all right,
Appreciate
you're very welcome.
So
It was
you'll
nice
send
meeting
me
you.
an email. Thank you. You too. You'll send, Lynn, will you send me the email with a link or would that?
Yeah,
We'll make sure to get it to you one
Yeah.
way or another.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you so
All right.
much.
You're very welcome.
Mhm.
All right, take care.
Thank you. Have a great day.